My name is Florian Bankoley. I'm 36 years old. I'm married, have 2 kids. My current position is I'm Managing Director of Mobility Media, a small IT company in Berlin. After my JMP, I had several alternatives to continue or take the first step in the career. And one of them was to be a key account manager at Diesel Systems in Gothenburg. I took this step also in consulting with my mentor at that time, who was at the corporate marketing and sales organization, because I had the depth of Diesel Systems. I had worked for Diesel Systems in Feuerbach before, I had worked for Diesel Systems in China, and the role that was described in Sweden had a prerequisite, and that is that you know very well how the Diesel System organization works. So the main challenge for me was to get to know the right people, to learn the language, and to establish the necessary network also locally. So one of my personal challenges was that the sales leader in Gothenburg said he will speak English with me for 6 months, and then I have to speak Swedish. So yes, it was very unusual, especially because I had a different job already lined up, and the Office of the Board of Management intervened and interviewed me. The main reason for that was my network in the JMP. The tasks are very diverse. They range from replying to emails that come to the board, to making presentations for external or internal subjects, or taking over small or bigger projects. The position was hugely beneficial because I have a very big overview now about the Bosch Group, and also I know a lot of people in various divisions. So from the board level down to department head level, I had a lot of contacts, a lot of valuable contacts, and afterwards, now today, I can benefit from this because most of the time I know someone who works in that division, so I can contact them directly. So my job at the Office of Board of Management was essential to the job I have now as a managing director. And for me, essential or key success factors in this position were that I have on one hand the corporate world to manage, and on the other hand I have a very flexible startup environment, so to keep the balance between the two. The most important thing I would say was embracing uncertainty as this position, and for myself I would say I found a few things that are very important. One is to be authentic, to be reliable, but also to adapt to situations. I had the luck to have a lot of different leaders, so I could observe how they work, how they interact, and what effect they have. Good leadership for me is being true to yourself. So you have a certain character, and your leadership style should reflect that. So people should feel that you really believe in what you're saying. And I had several role models, for example, my boss in the Office of Board of Management, who had a very distinct leadership style, but very effective, as well as others, as my current boss, for instance, who is completely different, but also authentic. So my life changed significantly, I would say, significantly, especially in my private life, because while being managing director, I'm married and we have 2 kids now. So this is the most important shift for myself. Business-wise, it evolved from having a non-operative function, so not being in a leadership position, into leading a team. A normal work week, I would say, an average work week would for me be, let's say, 3 days in Berlin and 2 days traveling. One of them would probably be in Stuttgart, and the other one would be somewhere in Europe. Work-life balance is, of course, very important for me, especially having 2 small kids. It's very important. So for me, the tools for that are structure and planning, and keeping to commitments. Which means, for example, when I bring my son to the kindergarten in the morning, this is what I do. Unless I travel, I will do it, and internal meetings have to wait. But for me, it's very important to have this quality family time. So this is how I manage, and it works very well. And it's also very well respected by my colleagues, by my superiors, that I work this way. For me, during the JMP, it was very important, on one hand, to be open. So to be open for everything that you can learn during the JMP, and as well follow your heart, I would say. So I never did a job that didn't suit me from interest-wise, so where I wasn't 100% convinced that this is the right thing to do. I had several offers during the JMP and also afterwards, which were career moves, but I declined them because I was more driven by passion and to be really convinced that I'm doing the right thing. It gave me the insight into different functions, into different countries, into different business units, business divisions. So I had a very broad understanding of how the automotive division and also other divisions within Bosch work. And this also gave me the opportunity to understand better where I want to go, what my strengths are, and where I'm not so strong. So for me, to sum it up, I could not imagine being in the position I'm today without the JMP.